Hi, I'm Ben Prentiss and welcome to PHP. I've just moved into this new facility after 17 years, 8,000 square feet of the world's latest and greatest equipment. The latest and greatest piece that I've just gotten is, well, I've had it for a year now, is the 1080 Quantum. I say it's an all-encompassing robotic game changer. That's basically what I say. Because when people look at it, they think it's a Smith machine, or it's just a pulley, because you really can't tell when you look at it what it's doing. But for me, it really has been worth the price in terms of amount we've used it and helped us do things that you can't do. I mean, that's the number one thing, is that there's nothing out there that can do what the Quantum can do. And that's really it. I mean, to overload, to use vibration, to use isokinetic, to boost eccentric, to go full speed, to be able to have the ability to throw or jump, there's nothing there. So it really gives the strength coach all of the tools in his toolbox in one shot, which trainers always say it's great to have tools in your toolbox. Well, here's one piece of equipment that basically gives you every variable possible. One of the things that I like it for, that it's not famous for, is using in our structural phase where we're just using small muscles, and people wouldn't think of it as a huge selling point, but when you ask any of my athletes, one of the things they hate the most, which means it's one of the most effective, is doing abductor, adductor, dorsiflexion, anterior tibialis, and rotator cuff and trap 3 work is unbelievable for the fact that we can use a 2-to-1 eccentric to concentric ratio and move at different speeds has really been effective for us. Not only is the data important to show, but the aspect of having each player sort of compete against each other and look at how much force they can produce, how much newtons they can produce, or how fast they can move the bar. All three of those things are hugely important in the game, but also it's important for the athletes to get better in season, which is a very difficult, or typically a maintaining thing, where now we've actually seen athletes through isokinetics get stronger in season. So when they go back to dynamic bench with bands or dynamic squat with bands or those kind of lifts, we've actually seen them produce more force after a phase in the 1080. So with so much success, now I've had the 1080 for almost 2 years, 2 off seasons. I've decided to get the 1080 Sprint, so it basically gives me the whole kitchen. I'm now able to do vertical and horizontal production, and for me, the most valuable tool will be to bring the 1080 Sprint on the ice. So I'll be looking forward to giving a lot of info on that this coming off season.